Hello, everyone, and welcome into another episode of the Big Blue News Podcast. I'm your host, Chris Beesmore, and obviously I have my co-host with me, Nolan Fleming. How are you doing, man?
I'm very tired again. I've been in Orlando for the last 3 days. Went to Universal Studios. I've been stuck in a car for 16 hours today, since like 4:30 this morning Eastern time.
Why
So,
16 hours?
13-hour drive, man, and then you add in the
Yeah,
stops, it's 16 hours.
yeah, I hear you. But yeah, no, definitely, I know you tweeted earlier to me this week about possibly doing a podcast at Universal. I said whenever UK, goes to the Citrus Bowl again.
Maybe January. Hopefully it's
Maybe.
January.
Yeah, hopefully January. But all right, let's get into the podcast tonight. We are going to be talking, of course, about SEC Media Day. Obviously, all the SEC schools, they were at SEC Media Day in Nashville. Too bad we couldn't go to it, of course, but
Yeah.
obviously we got some sound bites from it. So we'll definitely be talking about what Mark Stoops said, along with, an update with Ugonna Onyenso. Obviously, Kyle Tucker of The Athletic reported about his injury. So not so some good signs for football, but something bad for basketball, of course.
Yeah, I still have high hopes for both. I think the football team's going to be pretty good. As far as Onyenso goes, it's not really as far off from I think what a lot of people had heard. I mean, I had heard fracture that they were worried about a fracture
Mhm.
or a little early on, but they say what, 2 months? Is that what they said?
Yeah, Kyle Tucker was reporting 2 months. It's a broken foot. If y'all didn't know, it was reported about a couple days ago, but yeah, it's only 2 months. Same with Aaron Bradshaw. He's only expected to miss about 2 months. But obviously, with big men being 7 feet tall, you're of course afraid that it'll last longer.
Yeah. If it's only 2 months, there's not really much to worry about, I don't think.
Mhm.
But if it is longer and it does end up being, Cal has a history with that,
Mhm.
long injuries. Um, if it is a little longer, that's when you get concerned because you don't have another big. And if it is worst case scenario with Bradshaw, which I do not think it is, I have
Mhm.
no reason to think it is. But if it was, then I've said a lot. Sorry, but I'm very tired again. I look like hell. He can tell you. I'm wearing a UK robe right now, but
UK
it,
bro.
yeah, if it is worst case scenario, I don't know really. Mitchell at the 5, I guess. I
Yeah,
guess we'll roll
Mitchell
with
at
it.
the 5. Or you could potentially just see if Santo Cyril will be able to reclassify to the
That or throw a
23.
Hail Mary in the transfer portal.
Yeah.
I would think that Calipari is already weighing that option.
Yeah, I think so too. Or possibly, a big man transfers, come winter time, winter semester, whenever, players aren't in
That
class, students aren't in
it,
class.
at the very least, it would be a good idea to start looking into that.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, this Oscar Shibwe didn't play in the 2019-2020 season, but he did transfer during the winter semester, during like winter break to UK. So he was practicing with the team whenever, of course,
Oh
UK.
yeah, not in 16,
Yeah,
2020, 21 or whatever. Yeah.
2019, yeah, 2020-2021 season. My bad. Yeah, whenever UK went 9-16, but Oscar Shibwe was practicing with the team with Isaiah Jackson, and now they're teammates with the Pacers. But yeah, he was still practicing with the team in the spring, but obviously nothing really changed though. That's that year for sure.
Yeah, and could be another situation like that coming up. I mean, there's a lot of ways that the basketball thing could go with Onyenso, and I was afraid this would happen. Like a lot of fans were, I'm sure,
Mhm.
whenever we only had two centers, and now
Yeah.
both of them are hurt.
Hmm.
So, man, I don't know. If it is best case scenario and Ugo's out only for 2 months, there's no reason to worry really.
Hmm.
But if it is worst case scenario and he is out longer and Bradshaw's out or
Hmm.
whatever, then
You worry a little bit.
I worry quite a bit actually.
I mean, last year everybody was saying UK needed one more guard, on the team.
Oh, they're
And
loaded at guard this year. It's
I
crazy.
they are loaded this year, but last year people were like, we need one more guard because he only had really Xavier Wheeler and Casey Wallace and Adu Thiero as a backup or Frederick or Reeves, but people were like, we need probably one more guard. And obviously guard play. Kaysen and Xavier were both injured towards the end of the year. Xavier never played after what, probably sometimes in February. I can't remember, but he
Mm-mm.
never played basically from like February and on.
Right,
So
right. Yeah, that's pretty much all I gotta say about it, though. There are ways it could go. I don't know that it could necessarily like derail the year. I mean, and that's not saying Ugo's bad. I think Ugo's gonna be really good this year.
mhm,
Unlike, I know some people are skeptical about him. I think he's gonna have a very solid year.
yeah.
But I think the way Trey Mitchell played in Canada at the five, I think it shows that it's not an end all be all, really.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Trey Mitchell, you could definitely tell he's too small, like
Oh yeah,
to play a five. Yeah, to get
he's
rebounds. You know.
yeah he's not. It's not that he's not physical. It's just he can get pushed around a little
Yeah.
bit because of his size.
Yeah. Like I said, UK, hopefully both of their big men can be healthy this upcoming year and hopefully the whole team because like I said, last year UK was missing just one piece of guard position. This year they're missing a big man position because it really hurt that UK didn't get Oscar Tshiebwe back or didn't get Hunter Dickinson in the transfer portal. So obviously UK, they need to be healthy this year. If they are healthy, I would not be surprised if they can make a deep run into the NCAA tournament.
Yeah, yeah. I think I agree with you on that. I think this team has potential to win a national championship.
Mhm.
They also have potential to lose in the second round. So you never know.
Well, let's stop talking about that, and obviously, let's talk about SEC Media Day a little bit. Mark Stoops, along with three other players, were there. I believe it was J.J. Weaver. I'm trying to think of the other two, Eli Cox and Octavius Oxidine. They
Yeah.
were all there for the SEC Media Day, and I thought it was a great bunch of people that they selected. I mean, last year they selected, I believe, DeAndre Square to be a part of it, and obviously DeAndre Square was a big part of last year's team. But I was happy with who UK picked out for SEC Media Day.
Yeah, to be honest, I've been on vacation, so I am as new to this as the listeners, but that sounds like a good lineup.
It's a good line. Yeah. Well, Octavius Oxidine, I think he was injured a few years ago, so he didn't really get to play a lot. But
No.
obviously, J.J. Weaver, he's been around the UK program forever. A lot of people were thinking maybe he was going to the NFL draft this past year, but he decided to stay another year at UK. He's from Louisville. He's been around the program for a while. I think
Oh
he's
yeah.
yeah, I think I remember him in 2020. He tore obviously his ACL during the Florida
He was
game, and
definitely on that team. I think he might have been on the 2019 team. Let
yeah,
me
I think 2019 was maybe the year he tore his ACL. It was either 2019 or 2020. One of those 2 years he tore his
Yeah, his
ACL.
his freshman year was 2019. He's a fifth year.
Yeah, he's a fifth year, but obviously it's a big boost to have him back. This upcoming year, I think he'll definitely help out with the defense. I wish UK could have honestly brought, not both of them, but either Devin Leary or Ray Davis, because I think those two players will be the starters. I think Devin Leary is starting quarterback, and then Ray Davis is starting running back.
Yeah, I'm really excited for both of them, especially JJ Weaver. He's not Ray Davis or Devin Leary, I know, but JJ Weaver, I kind of for some reason have this weird feeling that he's going to have a breakout year because he has been a very good player for
Mhm.
Kentucky ever since he's been there. And especially 2021, he was a very solid player. He was very good. But I think this year can be the year that he breaks out and really establishes himself as a pro prospect. As far as Leary and Davis go, yeah, they'll obviously they'll be your starters.
Yeah.
But man, I keep hearing things about Leary about how good he is, though. Like you
Mhm.
keep hearing that he's a better college quarterback than Levis. And if that's the case, I think we're in for something really great, really great. I think it was Dane Key who said that he doesn't have the arm that Levis has,
Yeah.
but he says it's just so much easier to catch.
Yeah. And I
Eh,
I hear
Go
what you're
ahead.
saying. I'm just saying I've talked to a couple of my coworkers, obviously not people who directly work, in sports or not, but I always have like a conversation with my assignment manager where I work at, and he thinks Devin Leary could potentially be a better quarterback than Will Levis.
I absolutely see it, and I understand the whole easier to catch thing because
Mhm.
I mean Levis, I love watching him play, especially his first year here in 2021. But man, he had such a strong arm, and he didn't really know how to control it at
Yeah.
times. There were plenty of balls he threw that would
Mhm.
go off the guy's hand because he threw it way too hard,
Yeah.
and it would end up in the hands of the defender. I mean, or of a linebacker or whatever. I mean, it was just. I don't think you'll get as much of that with Leary. Leary, I think you know, I can definitely understand that. He's got a strong arm too, and I think he's probably a little more accurate
Hmm.
somehow.
Has a nice soft touch, in my
Oh
opinion.
yeah, it's really nice watching him throw the ball. It's really nice watching him throw the ball. And Ray Davis, as far as he goes, he was the very least when he was here with Vanderbilt. I
Mhm.
was at that game unfortunately.
Same here.
Uh, at the very least when he played at Kroger Field with Vandy, he was electric. That whole game, he was great. And if he can carry that electricity over
Mhm.
to Kentucky, I think he's going to be a fantastic player.
Yeah, and we're deep right now in the running back position. I mean, you've got Ray Davis,
You got Ramon Jefferson still too.
Yeah, Ramon Jefferson. He was granted another year with the medical red shirt, so thankfully he gets to play another year because he only played like 2 snaps last year and then towards
Towards
ACL.
ACL in the first game. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, no, UK is definitely deep in the running back position. Obviously, their quarterback room it could, improve on, but it's still, nice to have the quarterback room that UK has currently right now.
And that's another thing with Leary's injury because he had that injury last year that probably kept him out of the NFL. I think a lot of people think, or a lot of people do think that he could have been a first round pick
Hmm.
out of NC State last year, but he got hurt, and
Hmm.
obviously that derailed him a little bit.
Yeah, and
But
he was a dark horse for the Heisman too
oh
last year,
yeah, oh yeah, and he is now. He's this year too
for sure.
at UK. But I think if he stays healthy, he'll be a great player, and
Yeah,
I think the offense is going to be just galaxies better than last year, just because Liam Cohen and Devin
but
Leary. Devin Leary really feels like Liam Cohen's quarterback to me.
yeah, I agree. I mean, Liam Cohen recruited, Will Levis to UK, and then he recruited Devin Leary to UK, and also Mark Stoops. He had nothing but praise for Devin Leary at SEC Media Day. Obviously, it's not confirmed that Devin Leary is the starter, but you can more than likely 100% say he's the starter.
Yeah,
But here's what Mark Stoops had to say about Devin Leary during spring practice and what he saw from the future quarterback.
Devin, I saw in the spring a guy that competes at a high level. I love the way he goes to work. He has a lot of confidence. He has a chip on his shoulder, which I like. Obviously for him, getting his season cut short a year ago with injury didn't sit well with him, so he's very anxious to get out there and lead. I feel like just the mindset that he has, and a tough kid, Jersey kid, and the way he grew up, he fits right in with our culture. And he's been extremely accurate. He's one of those guys that will, maybe a year ago at times would just completely wow you with his arm ability and the strength that he has. Devin is the type of guy that can make all the throws, but he'll also put it in some spots or throw it and layer it in some spots that will wow you. So been impressed and excited to see him continue to grow.
But yeah, no, Mark Stoops had nothing but a lot of praise and confidence in the future quarterback at Kentucky with Devin Leary, and I'm excited to see what he can do this year. He, like I said, he could potentially be a dark horse for the Heisman this upcoming year for UK. But I think if UK they want to have a great record this year, they have to win some key pivotal games with South Carolina on the list uh along with Mississippi State, because right now UK they have a tough schedule this year. They play against Georgia and Alabama, and then they also play South Carolina on the road, Mississippi State on the road. They need to win at least two of those four matchups, in my opinion, with our key starting quarterback Devin Leary, and then also Liam Cohen returning.
well, if there's anything, first of all, about the quote that you can say about Stoops, is that he's always had confidence in his quarterback.
Mhm.
Whether people like that he had confidence in his quarterback is a different thing. Looking at you, Terry Wilson, Patrick Tolles, even Drew Barker at point. But maybe even Steven Johnson a little bit, which I personally don't understand. Steven Johnson was so awesome to watch.
Yeah.
But it's evident, like I said, Liam Cohen has his guy. I think Stoops has his guy too.
Hmm.
Stoops is going to entirely re-innovate his offense this year, and I can't wait to see it. And I think Leary's going to be perfect for it. As far as the schedule goes, there's like 5 games on there. I could see them. I could see them losing easily.
Yeah, easily.
When you take into account, first of all, there's 3. There's 2 that people are already marking as definite losses, and probably I am too.
3
At
I would
Georgia,
say.
Alabama, maybe even 3 if you put Tennessee in there.
Yeah, Tennessee I would put in there, even though that game is at home. But obviously,
It'd be
UK
hard.
was in that game a couple years ago. UK versus Tennessee at Kroger Field. I think if Will Levis doesn't throw that pick 6, I think UK
I
probably
think they win.
would have won that game.
I think they win.
Obviously, at the end, the refs didn't call a face mask. That would have let UK to be in field goal position to, tie the game to send it into overtime. But obviously, refs, sometimes they don't see everything.
No, I don't want to get sued, so we'll leave it at that. But yeah, and then also there was a crazy 4th down conversion in that's just totally forgotten because they lost, and
Yeah.
it's sad and it sucks, but
Mhm.
it was really good. And I'm more confident about that game than some people because Liam Cohen called such a good game last time they played, and I
Yeah.
think I think he has the formula a little bit.
Yeah.
If not the whole thing, he's got pieces of it.
Mhm.
He's got the flour, he's got the sugar. He
Mhm.
might be missing the eggs, but I think he can figure it out. But
Yeah.
South Carolina is going to be a tough one.
Mhm.
I would almost put that as a definite loss too.
I don't think so. UK lost with their backup QB last year, plus with not a great offensive coordinator as well.
Yeah, I don't know. I think Carolina has potential to be a fantastic team this year. I'm not necessarily like those crazy media people who every year hype up South Carolina, going back to the Muschamp days. But I do think they got real potential to do something crazy. Maybe not win the East. I don't think they're going to win the East, but I
Yeah.
think they could. They could at least beat Tennessee and take second for themselves.
I mean, they did last year. Obviously, their starting quarterback, Hendon Hooker, was out with an injury. Like, he got injured during that game, of course. But yeah, obviously,
Yeah.
Tennessee, South Carolina, that's a rival. But I just don't believe in the Spencer Rattler hype and all of that. Obviously, he started to show out towards, the middle of the year last year. But I just don't believe in the hype around South Carolina. That's my opinion. Oh, I know a lot of people outside of Kentucky, they feel the same way about Kentucky, as people who are UK fans. Everybody's like, we have so much hype. And then
Oh yeah.
people outside, the fan base, from other schools are like, what's the hype around Kentucky? And maybe I feel the same way about South Carolina.
Yeah, and like the weird thing is Kentucky and South Carolina both will probably be ranked going into the year. I
Yeah.
would say Kentucky would be ranked, wouldn't you?
I would say so. I would say they should be
Top
ranked.
20.
I would say, yeah, 20 to 25. I would say right now they'll probably be ranked 24. I'll go with
I'm gonna say they're gonna start where they started last year, and they're gonna be 20.
20. But yeah, no, like I said, UK, they have a chance to, turn around this year. My goal for this year, I think it's 8 wins, just with their tough schedule. Obviously, I wish they could win 9 or 10, but with Georgia, Alabama, Tennessee, South Carolina, and Mississippi State, 5 tough games right there, along with Louisville, with their new head coach. That's
That's gonna
6
be a
tough
tough
games.
one too.
That's 6 tough games right there, and obviously my goal would be 8 wins, ideally, but I could see them winning only 7 games this upcoming year.
I think 8 or more is a successful year.
Yeah.
I think right at 7 is a okay year.
Mhm.
6 or less is a disappointment just
Yeah, I
because of
agree.
where we've set ourselves up at.
Yeah,
Uh,
and
6 is a disappointment. You get to a bowl, I know, but we're past the point of it's good bowl eligible. I think we expect more now.
yeah,
But anything below 6 is it will be pitiful.
yeah, I agree 100%. And actually, Mark Stoops was talking a little bit about UK and what they want to accomplish, and just basically he wants to keep on building more on the program. I mean, like I said, UK, they've won 10 games, in the past, 5 years. They've won 10, not regular season games, but 9 games in the regular season, and then got their 10th win in the bowl game. But obviously, Mark Stoops, he wants to keep on building with this program, and hopefully UK can continue to be successful and just, get further along into the bowl games, get to a college football playoff game as well. But here's Mark Stoops.
I'm proud of the work. We all want more. You know what I mean? And I want to push Kentucky further. But also, do appreciate a lot of people that put a lot of hard work in to get to the point where we are now. And, we are doing good things. And, we haven't ever in the history of our school gone to 7 straight bowl games or any of those things. So we want to continue to build on that. And we want more.
So what did you think about Mark Stoops' quote just then?
Well, I think it's evident that Stoops is going to stop. There's no mountain too high, I think, to him. Whether he does win a national title, whether he does win the SEC, makes playoff, I think that's a different story. But I think he ultimately is a guy who reaches for the stars, and I think that's just going to stay that way as long as he's at UK.
Yeah, and obviously everybody's goal and dream has been for a while is to get Kentucky to the SEC championship game in Atlanta. Obviously, it hasn't happened. UK, they've had chances back in 2018. They could have potentially gone if they potentially could have beat Tennessee. Obviously, they didn't. And then a couple years ago, they lost a couple games that they could have won. They lost to Tennessee again a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's crazy. Tennessee is always the deciding factor for
it can't
Atlanta.
beat Tennessee. We cannot beat Tennessee for some reason.
Yeah.
Except for the 2 times we did. But
Yeah.
I think dude, it'd be so awesome if me and you were in Atlanta this year. That'd be crazy.
Yeah.
I would love that. But like I said, Stoops is never going to stop reaching for the stars. He's going to reach for national championship if he has to, and he's going to reach for the top talent. He's going to reach for the top coaches, and he's already got one of the best coaching staffs in the entire SEC, probably.
Yeah, Brad White, defensive coordinator, Liam Cohen, offensive coordinator.
Yeah, and then you look at his other guys like Jay Boulder and all those guys.
He's been a big, I think, recruiter for UK this past year.
He has, and I think the special teams is going to be a lot better because of him and the running backs and stuff like that. But no, yeah, that's pretty much all I gotta say about that. If you just listen to Stoops talk for even a second, you understand what type of guy he is. He's really fiery, very motivated, and that hasn't changed since he got here.
Yeah, I agree 100%. I remember this was after the UK versus Louisville game this year. Obviously, it wasn't the greatest season, went 7-5 before the bowl game. But I remember asking him after the game, I said, how does it feel to beat Louisville? I don't know how many times it's been out, 4 times out of the past 6. And he just responds back saying, better than losing. And whole, media members, they all just got a good laugh out of his comment from that.
And I think that's ultimately what I like about Stoops is that you'll see these coaches who get mad because they didn't win by enough or something, aka Nick Saban, aka Kirby Smart. But when you have the type of success that Kirby Smart and Nick Saban has had, then you expect a little bit more.
Yeah.
But I even think that even if Stoops had the success of a Kirby or a Saban, I think he'd stay that way. A win's a win.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, your guys fight hard enough and they scrap. They're in it, they just grind it out. Grind it out.
Yeah, I hear you 100%. But I think probably, like I said, this is way too early. Obviously, we're, 45 days away or so from football season. But right now, my prediction or goal right now, and we'll have another podcast to actually go through every opponent coming up this year for football. But I think my goal or prediction right now would be 8 wins this year, 8-4 before the bowl game.
I'm gonna, just to not be the same as you, I'm gonna say 9-3 is very much on the table. I think they lose to Georgia and Alabama for sure, and I think they lose either Tennessee or South Carolina. I don't think they lose both.
Yeah,
I think they beat Florida. I think they beat Florida.
Yeah, I think they could probably be Florida since the game is at Kroger Field this upcoming year. So
And you've got history's on their side right now too.
Yeah, winning the past 2 years, man. All I know is I remember I requested to be a media member for that UK Florida game at Kroger Field a couple years ago. I talked to the SID. No complaints about the SID. I love her, but I emailed too late. I emailed the day after you were supposed to request a media pass, and this was not during COVID, but whenever we were trying to get out of it, and
Right.
the SID just messaged me back saying it was too late for me to apply. They only have a certain amount because of COVID, still trying to get out of it and everything. But hey, I tried at least. I wish I was there, but I enjoyed my time with one of my college friends. We went to Dough Dogs, if you've ever heard of it.
Oh yeah, I'm familiar.
Yeah, we went there and just watched the full game there, and it was so exciting. Everybody was cheering on UK, and it was a great moment for the fan base for sure.
I was at that game, 2021.
Yeah.
I was at that game. It was awesome. I did not have a voice for about 4 days.
Oh, I wish I was at that game.
Cannot wait to be at it again this year, either as a student or with you, or as a media member.
Yeah.
However, I'm at that game. I'm going to be at that game.
You're going to be at that game for sure.
I'm going to be at that game. If I'm not there, you're gonna find me at a sports bar probably. That'll be about it.
I hear you.
Yeah, Chris, to be early is to be on time. To be on time is to be late. Remember that.
You think so?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I just heard it 15,000 times in my life.
I hear you. Well, before we end the podcast, do you have any weekend plans for any of the viewers watching?
I'm gonna sleep. For the most part, I haven't gotten that lately. Fine with it, but I haven't gotten it lately. Barbie probably. That's gonna be. I'd rather watch Oppenheimer, but you know what? You gotta keep them happy. You gotta keep her happy.
Gotta keep
and
happy.
Oh yeah, Barbie. That's pretty much it. I would recommend going to see Barbie or Oppenheimer, though. That's gonna be fun.
Yeah, I hear you. I have a weekend date tomorrow, Saturday, so hopefully that goes well. I'm going to be.
Are you a player right now?
Oh, never a player. I don't have a girlfriend or anything. I'm trying to find myself a girlfriend, but yeah, I have a date in good old Louisville tomorrow. Sadly, it's not in Lexington, so hopefully she won't be like throwing out the L's, like that to me or anything. That would be terrible.
Hey, yo, just let it come to you, man. Just let the relationship come to you. Don't go out seeking it, bro.
Yeah, I hear you 100%. But yeah, no, this girl actually went to Transy. I won't say her name, but she actually went to Transy, which is in Lexington. So she is also a UK fan as well.
That's good. You gotta make sure that's the case.
Yeah, half UK, half Louisville.
No, as far as my weekend, that's all I plan. That's all I plan to do.
Yeah, I'm going to good old Cheddar's tomorrow in Louisville. So wish me luck, everybody, on that date, and hopefully maybe I'll have a second date with her, and hopefully everything goes well.
Oh, you want to talk about your tweet that you put out about the Gilmore?
Oh yeah, it's not confirmed. I haven't heard it from him directly, but I've heard some scuttlebutt recently that he will be announcing a commitment. Obviously, I don't know what school, but he's supposed to announce late August. I was told a specific date in August, but I won't release it because obviously it's not confirmed from him directly. It's just scuttlebutt though, from what I've been told.
He's is he a 3 or 4 star? He's a 4-star. He's a receiver.
Yeah, I think he's a 4-star wide receiver. So
yeah,
he obviously also just reclassified recently as well.
Yeah,
he was in 25 and reclassified to 24, I believe.
Yeah, that might be their key. They got Cutter Boley already as a class of 25.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting if UK can get him. It's obviously his name is Harley Gilmore, if we didn't mention it, but it would be interesting to see if UK gets him. I think it would be a big get. Obviously, it's not, like I said, I haven't talked to him directly. I've just heard from other people from them talking to him.
Yeah, all right. That sounds like That sounds great. We need more recruits.
Yeah, we need more recruits for the 24 season. Obviously, this class isn't finished. Usually by
No.
December, it's close
At
to
least I
finishing.
hope it's not finished. If it is finished, well, then I'm a little scared.
Yeah, so am I. But we'll be all right. Do you have anything else you would like to add, though?
Just follow me at Nolan UKY27 on Twitter. Find my threads. Just in JF 2023. As far as everything else goes, stay sober, go Big Blue, have a fun time.
Yeah, Mr. Exhibition, Antonio Reeves.
Mr. Exhibition, Antonio Reeves.
Yeah, but yeah, no, we'll also have a new background for this podcast episode, so people can actually see your Twitter handle. So
That's gonna be crazy, dude.
oh
That's
yeah,
gonna go so crazy.
yeah. So everybody go follow Nolan UKY27 on Twitter. Obviously, you can see it on the Zoom background. But I appreciate you all listening. We'll definitely keep you all up to date with UK info. Like I said, big things to come this upcoming year. We've been talking to, former Kentucky football players, trying to get some of them on a podcast episode, and some seem interested. So we'll obviously keep you all up to date. We're excited for this upcoming year in football, though.
Can't wait to get with it, man.
Yeah, let's get it. Thank you all for watching. I hope you all have a great weekend.
Peace.